Hey everyone, Nanny, Machi the Nanny here. I hope you all are doing pretty well today. I wanted to share a couple of, 7 things that I think all parents should have in their home. So expecting parents, children with kids or child or children under the age of a year plus. I think this also can be, some of these things can be used in other ways when the child outgrows them, or if you're just a person who thinks these things are kind of cool and you want them for yourself. I mean, it makes sense. For some of them, I can understand some of them, not all of them. Okay, so we have 7 things here. The first things first, I'm very tired today. Have not gotten enough sleep. It's been a long day. Please excuse that. I am also looking a little bit rough because I am very tired once again. And yeah, just be kind. Some of the things that I say might not completely make sense, but I'm still making this video because I want to produce something for the people, and this is something of value. So stay tuned to the end. You will be very surprised by all of the different types of items that families can utilize and to make not only their own day-to-day more special and more, streamlined, but also for the child to be more secure and more at ease, for sure. So number 1, and this is not in any particular order of best or greatest to least or what's better, no favoritism here. They're all really great tools depending on what you need, but I genuinely think that all of these things are important for families. So keep that in mind as I state them out. So the first thing here is electronic toys for distractions. So the context behind this is, when children are being, especially, young children that have diapers, right? And I'm sure there's a plethora of other examples we can take, but let's take the one with the child with the diaper, okay? They're being changed and everything, and sometimes children can be a little bit excited or curious. I would like to say more curious than anything. So sometimes, they're curious, they're doing, putting their hands in places that they really should not put their hands. So what I like to do is I'll have a toy. I actually have a multitude. Some of them are in my car, but it would require me to move out of this position. So we're just gonna stay here. But there's a multitude of different toys. There are fidget toys that I bring with me, ADHD toys that are really great for keeping your focus centered at one specific thing. So I'll have that toy in the vicinity of the child. Sometimes I'll put it to the side, and it's really colorful. Usually it's eye-catching, so the child will look at it, or I'll hand it to the child and then they'll hold on to that and they'll keep their hands preoccupied while I'm quickly wiping up the mess and getting rid of the diaper and everything. Also, pro tip, I've actually seen this from some parents, so I've learned this through parents, not actually, and also I've utilized it as a nanny myself. When you're changing a child's diaper, put 2 diapers. So you have, listen, okay, so you have the diaper that is soiled, right? So you want to put another diaper underneath that soiled diaper, the clean diaper underneath the soiled diaper. So when you're cleaning the diaper, once you are done, you can just finish wiping, wrap it up, and then toss it into the trash. And then after that, underneath, you'll have the clean diaper where you can then go ahead and put that on and secure it onto the child. Really great way to ensure that the child it's just quick. It makes it a lot more streamlined, which I think is a really good tool for not only parents but nannies, caregivers, anyone who's taking care of kids with dirty diapers. Okay, I've noticed that my time of cleaning a child has gone down significantly since doing that. Okay, especially for the moving children, I have to mention that. All right, on the same topic of diapers and distractions, is a diaper trash can with a seal. So for a lot of kids, you know, having a lot of families having a seal, a trash can with a seal is really important, because they're stinky. They're stinky, and they're not really fun to just have sitting around, because, you know, the child can get handsy. You might have animals who are curious as well, insects. You know, it's not a very hygienic environment to cultivate when you just have diapers laying around, which I know a lot of parents don't do, but I have unfortunately witnessed parents that do that. And I would not recommend any family leaving dirty diapers just anyhow in the home. And this is not to air anyone's dirty laundry, but you know, it's really important. I think it's a really good idea to invest in a diaper trash can. I might link a photo here. I think the best thing, I might even link it in the description down below, so you can kind of take a look at them. But they look like an oval. They have different designs. However, essentially the concept is still the same. There is a sealant. So the sealant in itself will, it's basically like two triangles, a square. It's basically like almost like a garage door, I guess is the best analogy that I have for it. But you just open it, you put in the diaper. It's big enough just for the diaper and whatever, you know, wipes and other things that are associated with, you know, cleaning a diaper, and you are able to kind of put it in that trash. And then at that end, once you're finished, there's also a way for you to then collect the trash. And that's specifically for diapers. I think that that's a really good investment, especially when you have a changing table. Parents should have definitely a designated changing table for a child. I think that's also like a little caveat, I guess, bonus thing that a family should have is a changing table. They definitely should have a changing, you know, holder, like not just any floor, you know, hard surface. There should be a cushion for the child that is hypoallergenic, has like maybe silicone, you know, material, something that's easy to clean. So that's really important. And having that designated area with the trash bag that's for diapers specifically, and wipes and other things associated with cleaning a diaper, really, really important. I think that is that I can't overstate that enough. Okay, number 3, we have strollers. So there's strollers. Okay, strollers are really important because we need strollers. We need children to go outside. We need them to move around. And without strollers, I mean, unless you want to have the wraparound where you can have them in the front of you or in the back, either one is really good idea. I think they're not really a big deal as far as that goes, unless you have back issues, you know, chest issues, you know, muscle or bone issues where, you know, you're not feeling the best. That's completely okay. That's part of the reason why I think a stroller is the best thing. It's kind of like moving a grocery cart, you know. It's really good if you're going out to the grocery store. I've used a stroller before in my life when I was growing up. I've never taken any of my clients grocery shopping, but I have taken my, you know, siblings and other things growing up grocery shopping in the cart with my family, and the rest of my family at least. And yeah, we are able to pick up our groceries. You can put it into underneath and then take it out, pay for it, and then head out. So it's really easy, really, you know, seamless again. It's very helpful. I think a lot of parents, I noticed some parents, they have them on their body, which is nice, but you know, sometimes you just want to have a little bit of some distance, give the child their space, give yourself some space, making sure again that the seat, it's really important, making sure that the seat is properly adjusted, properly you know, sized for the child, so that you're not obstructing their airways and you're making sure that they are comfortable and you're comfortable. So investing in a good stroller, I think, is a wonderful idea. Okay, number 4, we have white noise for sleep. Bonus if there's a timer. So white noise for sleep is really great because really wonderful for obvious reasons. I've actually noticed, I don't know if you guys ever had any of these experiences? If you're a nanny, a parent, where a child is fussy, but then you put on some music and then you notice that they calm down, and now you're able to kind of put them down for their nap or for their sleep for the night, and it's just a lot more easy. It's like a part of their routine. They're looking forward to it. They know exactly what's going to happen. It feels just seamless once again. Having these tools within your life, I think, is really what I'm trying to get at. Is like having these tools, these things that bring your day-to-day life in a way, sorry. Let's get into this. Having these tools and these items in your day-to-day life really do ensure that your experience is a lot more seamless. That is really the word of the day for this video: seamless. So making sure that these videos, specifically for me, are, I'm just gonna keep rolling with this. You guys are just gonna see me say things that don't fully make sense, and that's okay. I'm feeling quite tired, so I'm like jumbling words, but that's okay. I'm gonna be getting some sleep soon. Okay, so the white noise. I actually did like I'm all over the place a little bit, but I did make a video about, I did a mock video of this last night, so I'm just like in my head remembering all the things I said and trying to make sure I mention them in this video, which is like a little bit of an overload because the thoughts are faster than my words. Bear with me, y'all. So we're at number 4 with the white noise. White noise is really good for the child and for the family too. It creates that barrier between whatever the parents are doing. So if they're cleaning or they're cooking or they're watching TV, having that white noise creates that barrier, so it insulates the child's experience or their sleeping experience. I've also noticed that it does calm the child down, especially when they're really agitated, and especially as a temporary caregiver in a lot of those situations. Some of the things that I notice is being able to continue their ritual or continue their schedule, in general, not really their ritual, but continue their day-to-day life, so that they're able to feel at ease and comfortable. And I think that's really important. I think that's really helpful. So yes, and then if it has a timer, you're able to kind of gauge how long the child is sleeping for, which is really important as well, because you want to be able to keep track of their time, the time that they're sleeping, and be able to make notes of any changes that might occur. The child might need more sleep. You can add more time to the timer, or make adjustments or whatever that looks like. But it's really important that the child is you're able to kind of gauge really how long the child is sleeping, and also how good of a quality sleep they're having. So it's something that you can try out if your child is a little bit fussy, or you think that it would be helpful, just based off of their disposition, you think that it would be of good use. I think it's something you could consider also investing in. Okay, number 5, we have, in the same realm of naps and spaces for intimate experiences for a child, we should have nanny cams. All families, I believe, all children spaces, any places that occupy children should have a nanny cam with a Wi-Fi that is secure, encrypted, and really just, hack proof. Whatever you got to do to make it happen, do it, so that people are not able to get a hold of your information and hack into your camera, because then you're basically opening the door, Pandora's box, so to speak. You're letting people come and see what's happening in your home. You don't want that. So, but on the flip side, you're able to take a look and see exactly what's happening with your child and who is in the space, and it's really helpful, and it gives the parents a really good gauge on behaviors and just overall an understanding of what's going on. I think that's really important, especially if the camera records and it's able to record not just for that moment and like delete after a period of time. It records continuously, and you can go back and look, like, on this day this is what happened, on this day this is what happened. So the motion detected motion detected cameras are really important, really helpful. Also the night vision cameras are also really important. So the cameras that work in, you know, dark settings, really important. Yeah, and also I've noticed that there are some families that use cameras that have, like, it can tell what the temperature is, and it'll have an alarm system. So whenever it's too hot or if it's too cold, the parents are notified immediately. And then there's also adjustments. So there's automations included that will make adjustments if required, if needed, if you choose. I do not recall exactly the name, but if you guys are all curious, I will then ask the family that I babysat for / nannied for, actually for a little bit of some time, and see if they're able to provide me that information. So yeah, having a nanny cam, really important. You would think, you know, honestly, if you think that nannies don't want nanny cams, or if a nanny has ever told you this, you need to fire that nanny. You need to let that nanny go, because that's problematic. I mean, unless that nanny has a really good reason. I mean, I don't know what the reasoning would be. I really just you know, other than the one I mentioned earlier where you can potentially have security issues, but a nanny cam is just helpful. I mean, I use nanny cams whenever I'm in a home. I ask for nanny cams. I advocate for them, because if a child is sleeping, I'm usually not going to be in the same room with them while they're sleeping. So I'm checking and checking on their breathing. I'm checking on their position. I'm checking on the temperature. I'm checking on a lot of different, you know, things that are happening. If I'm in a different part of the house, if I'm cleaning or whatever it is, I'm, you know, taking my time to do other things. It's really important to be able to check back in and see how the child is doing without going into the room and potentially waking them up. So nanny cam, please get them. Not only just for your nanny, not only for your nanny, but for you. Okay. So that was number 5. So yeah, that nanny cam with the encrypted Wi-Fi that's hack proof, with the accessible screen to watch child sleep or move or whatever. Okay, just want to make sure that that's important. I mentioned that. Okay, that's really key. Number 6, we have the sleep sack. So the sleep sack is something that I've noticed. It's kind of like a swallow for children, but it's like a more modernized version of it. I actually just started to see it more often in a lot of houses now. So it's like it's a zip where basically the child is in, and they have, some of them have their arms out, some of them have their arms in. It really depends on what you think the child will like, and if they've kind of communicated to you non-verbally, you know, in their actions, you're able to kind of see if they like it or they don't. So sleep sack is really important. I think that's, you know, something worth investing. And number 7, the very last one, we have room darkeners. So room darkeners are really great because of the fact that they again help the child feel at ease, creating a space where it feels womb-like. I know that sounds a little bit cool, like, ooh, what's going on there? Womb-like, the sense of that is calm, it's caring, it's you feel safe. So creating a space, especially for a child who's taking a nap or who needs a space that's not overstimulating, I think a room should be that space. You have a playroom, you have the outside, which is overstimulating enough. I think the room should be your sanctuary for the child, for yourself, and it's the foundation for which they grow. And I think it should be consistent and very calm and very at ease. So with that being said, room darkeners are one of the many things that you can get to make sure a child feels comfortable and feels at ease. So yeah, room darkeners. What else should I mention about that? I mean, just, you know, I think it's helpful. I think some children are very light sensitive, so they really do appreciate the darkening of a room, and it helps them sleep a lot easier, especially with the, like, I've noticed some families having room darkener along with a white noise machine. Just perfect. It makes the child feel at ease, makes them feel happy, and they're able to sleep like immediately. and then maybe sometimes having like a toy, like a fuzzy object that's really soft to them, very small, especially if the child is really young. But if they are able to hold and grasp onto an object, sometimes having a little object that is big enough that they can't eat it or put it in their mouth, but small enough that they're not gonna be the item is not bigger than them. Once again, it really depends on the family and that child. So thank you so much for going ahead and listening to this video. I hope that some of the items that I mentioned are something that you have or something that you have now learned about. I hope it was helpful. And if you have a child, feel free to let me know if you have any of these items. If you don't have a child and you want to have children, I mean, you can write this in your notebook and like manifest it, or send it to somebody else and let them know if they have a child, some of these or they're expecting a child. Let them know some of these things that are helpful for them, potentially useful as well. All right, I'm gonna go sleep now. Take care.